Hey everybody, it's V. Hope you are well. It's been a little bit since I've been on here and I'm back. I got your messages. I've seen your little hints on Instagram and other YouTube videos that you wanted me to come back to YouTube, which I'm here, but I really don't have anything specific to talk about. So I guess this will be just kind of like a little informal catch up vlog, video, whatever you want to call this thing, and just maybe some things are on my mind. I can give you some updates on stuff. Honestly, I don't have anything to talk about specifically, so we'll just do a little sort of stream of consciousness. So the first thing I guess that's coming to my mind and looking at myself in the camera, yeah, the gray hair is one, but that's going to be number two because the first thing is my Invisalign is done. Nice straight little bottom teeth. I actually finished wearing the retainers that move my teeth at about the 9 or 10 month mark, I think it was. And now I'm in, I don't have them on now, but I have a clear retainer and they put like a wire behind my bottom teeth, which is kind of a pain because it requires extra dental hygiene all the time, but that's the price you pay to keep the teeth straight. Otherwise, if I don't have that, all these little teeth will get all jumbled up again, and that's just no point in doing that. So the Invisalign was good. If I could do it again, would I do the Invisalign again? I guess I would over the traditional braces because it was kind of nice to be a little bit more incognito and be able to pop them out. Even though I had like the buttons on my teeth, it was nice to not have like brace face, especially at like 44. Speaking of 44, let's talk about the gray hair. All right, so if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some shots. I've talked about it before, a couple videos back, and then I caved and I dyed my hair again. Well, now it's been almost 4 months. I'm about 4 days off of 4 months with no dye, and this time I'm committed. What's different? I've tried 2 times already to grow the hair out, grow the gray out. And the first time, a really lovely friend of mine who I really respect and adore said, no, you can't do that. Don't do that. So I dyed it like the next day. And then the last time, I think I was like almost 3 months in, maybe like 2.5 months in. And like my own psychological hang-ups started coming forth, and I kind of felt like, oh my god, what if everyone thinks like I'm an old lady next to my husband? Hold on a second, guys, my nose is totally running. I gotta get a tissue. Anyway, so the second time was my own psychological hang-ups about going gray and feeling old as a result of looking at myself in the mirror with gray hair. And like, even though like my niece was like really, my 9-year-old niece, old soul, she was like she has been my biggest supporter. Every time she sees it, she has to touch it. She's like, I love it. I love it. Anyway, this time, third time, I think I dyed my hair last in like November, like right before the holidays. And then I just went through and the more I started perusing my Pinterest boards and looking at the idea of, coloring my hair again, like every 3 to 4 weeks, with like at the 2.5 to 3 week mark, like having to use mascara or something on my roots, I was just like, I just cannot do this anymore. I'm like, I might look a little older with gray hair, but I'm not going to look like 20 years older. I'm still going to wear it long. It's still going to be me. And in the process, like I showed my husband, who was never like adamantly opposed to it. Like he's never been insulting. He made a couple jokes though. He made a couple like silver, like old wise one jokes, and he was calling me a silverback instead of a silver fox. I'm like, I'm not an ape. It's silver fox. Anyway, so I showed him some photos. One is of like one of the most beautiful gray-haired women in the entire world, which is Annika Von Holdt. I will like put a picture in or link her down below. She's incredible. Her hair is in like no one else's hair. So I showed him a photo of her. I'm like, look, she's just a few years older than me. She's totally hot. She's got the awesomest gray. My gray is nothing like that. And he was like, it started to turn his mind a little bit. And then so we've been working through it. And I actually went through the motions of meeting with a colorist to possibly sort of try and blend it a little more. So I have this streak here at the left temple, which is very like Stacey London sort of white streak, and the rest is salt and pepper. You can't really see it with this lighting, but then under here, it's like super really white at the right temple. So I thought about maybe having some streaks put in to sort of blend it as it grows. And I met with a colorist, and she was a really cool, really, really nice person. And she said all the right things to me about hair health and wanting to do a strand test before we go there and all that. And I left the salon feeling like slightly scared still because I'm really worried about destroying my hair with the bleach. You know, it would take a significant amount of bleaching to lift it to the point that we can get some silver into it. And there's still probably like that much damage from when I did some highlights about 3 years ago. So, you know, it takes a long time to grow that stuff out. So anyway, I came home and I talked to my husband, and who is like the most amazing man on earth, seriously. And he looks at me, he's like, just leave it alone. Just let it grow out naturally. I was like, yeah, but what's all the, you know, silver fox comments? I wanted to make sure, like, oh, wise one and that, you know, stuff you're saying to me. He goes, I'm just kidding. I don't care about your hair. It looks fine. Don't worry about it. Just do it naturally. Just leave it alone. Don't destroy all your hair trying to blend it or make it, you know, whatever you're trying to do with it. So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way and let it grow out for right now and get to a decent point where I, you know, I'm almost at 4 months. I've got just about 2 inches now. Just see how it goes. And you know what's interesting about it is it really takes that slow grow out process for you to come to terms with it mentally. It's a real, I mean, I write about this before in the blog. It's a real like super head trippy thing to look at gray hair. And you know, I am definitely middle aged. I'm going to be 45 in a few months, but I don't feel it. Like I feel like I'm relevant and hip, and I know what's going on, and I'm fit, and I'm knock on wood, I'm healthy, and I don't feel like middle aged, even though I am. But when you see the gray hair and the sort of societal expectations of women to color their hair, and the more I started going around looking at men whose hair isn't colored, and anyway, so here we are. Everyone's on board. My mother loves it, who has got a beautiful head of white hair now. And my dad's not making cracks on me. My brother asked me the other day, so you keep it in? I was like, yes, I am. This is my hair. I'm going to keep it. My husband's on board. And his opinion is really the most important to me of everyone's. Is you want to obviously be still attractive to your partner. So that was a big deal for me. And so here we are. We're growing it out. I think it's okay. Just yesterday, I posted this on Instagram. Just yesterday, I was at the gym, and there's like a smoothie king in my gym, and I was getting my husband a smoothie. Sometimes I get him snacks for after work or whatever. Wifey. And so I was at the Smoothie King, and there was like a young guy working there, and then there's like, I guess he's like the franchise owner or something. Anyway, I was standing there ordering the smoothie, and the young guy at the register was like, your hair is really cool. I was like, really? Thank you. And I said, thanks, I'm growing it out. And he's like, yeah, it looks good. I said, it's kind of terrifying. And he goes, terrifying? I said, yeah, like all the gray. And then the owner, like, who's a fairly, like, really decent, like a good looking guy, buff guy, lifted up his hat. He goes, what? Gray? Like, as if to say, like, I'm gray. Like, what's wrong with gray? And he goes, it's hot. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to hear. You just made my life. So anyway, I did that. And then right after that, hubby and I went out for a date night, and one of the bartenders there, a really super cute girl, was like, you're rocking it. It looks really good. So I felt like, even though like I don't need validation from other people to make my own decision, it makes you feel better knowing you don't look unkempt, or that people are recognizing the uniqueness of it and sort of like the chutzpah it takes to grow it out. It's because it really is. It's a real mind trippy thing. It really is. So I'm going to shut up about the gray now. The only other thing I'm going to say on the subject of the gray and sort of being who you are is something Back in the day, we're going to segue a minute here to like social media and the persona that you project and sort of, anyway, I'm talking in circles. My point is, back in 2010, 2011, when the fashion blogosphere was brand new and like there were like a handful of players and we were having conferences and whatever, the big buzzword was authenticity, like how to make your blog great, be authentic. And I find it really interesting now that so many bloggers there are a lot of bloggers who are very authentic, very unique to their own vision, very like dedicated to their style and working only with the brands that really represent who they are. And I admire them, and they're making beautiful, beautiful content. Like it's another world from what it was back then. It is so different. But then there are another handful of people, a couple people in particular, like that just can't find themselves, like they can't find their own authenticity, and what, instead of evolving into the unique person that each of these people can be, they are copying, like blatantly copying outfits, makeup, the way others talk. And it's sad, it's really sad. So I guess this is like my PSA on just like owning yourself, being true to yourself, because at the end of the day, like you can only be you. And wouldn't it be much more interesting if you were you, not you trying to be someone else that everyone can see? It's so obvious. Like, don't buy followers. We know when you're doing that. Don't copy people. It's okay to want to purchase something you've seen on someone else, like what you see online, and oh, I want to try that makeup, whatever. But when someone with like olive skin is using a certain product and you have like lily white fair skin, you need to know that that same product is probably not going to work for you. So don't force yourself into it just because that's what they do. Anyway, that's all I have to say. That's my update. It's nearly spring. I hope everybody is well. If you have any questions, you have any ideas for a future video, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna go crawl away under my rock back into my shell, and you might not see me again for like months and months. So let me know if there's anything you have in mind that you'd like to have me talk about, or questions that you have, and I'll try and answer them. And if you're gonna ask me about this shirt, which I love, the sweater, it's from Zara. It's a Zara sweater. It's really cute. It's got a little detail here and like a little detail here. And that's it. Bye, guys. Have a good one. See you soon.